Well, it's 11:30 a.m. on Saturday the 25th of September, and we've only got about a fortnight left of the season now, so I thought it was high time I got back out in the local river, because I haven't been here for a couple of weeks. So I'm struggling a wee bit walking along this path this morning, and the reason for that, I did 10 miles in the hills yesterday with a couple of old friends, and my legs are a wee bit tender. I think I'm getting too old for this great outdoor stuff. However, assuming the legs hold out, the body is willing, I'll have a couple of hours on the river, fishing the dry fly, and see how it goes. Now, I'm sure that regular watchers of these videos will recognise this spot. I've had a few reasonable fish here this year. I noticed vast numbers of cow dung flies just back there, funnily enough on the cow dung. So it'll be interesting to see if any of those end up in the water. It's actually quite breezy, so some of them might get blown on. But I'll start anyway up in this old favourite spot here and see if it's got anything to offer today. Got 2 dry flies set up. Well, I've got an elk hair caddis, a fairly big elk hair caddis on the tail, which hopefully I'll be able to see, and a small size 16 grizzly spider on the dropper. There's nothing rising at the moment. It's all got a very end of season feel to it right now. Oh, there's a fish. I'm sure that took the wee dropper fly there. It looks like it might not be too bad a fish actually. Oh, it's foul hooked, I think. Yep. Leader's all wrapped around it. Yeah, foul hook, but barbless hook, so not a big deal. So back you go, that doesn't really count. Yeah, so that one was foul hooked on the dropper, which is a bit unusual. Sometimes they go for the dropper fly, you miss them and you foul hook them with a tail fly, but that one for some reason was foul hooked on the dropper. Anyway, I was immediately suspicious because I saw the fish and I knew it wasn't a huge thing, but the fight was quite impressive, and that's often the case when you foul hook them. You can't turn their heads. Whoa, that's another one. This one isn't foul. This seems to be a better fish actually. There's a lot of snags in this pool. So here's hope. Oh, damn, that's it off. That's a shame. That seemed to be a really nice fish, but there you go. I just had the feeling it was going to come off there. I was about to say there's a lot of snags in this pool. And that's one of the dangers of fishing with 2 flies is you hook up on one and get snagged up with the other one. But that seemed to be a nice fish. You win some, you lose some. Funny that there's just no fish rising at all, yet they're still willing to come up. That'll probably spooked everything else in the spool. Flags are not floating very well. I think they need a bit of TLC. Just do that now. Yeah, it's a shame we lost that fish. I say we, not to put the blame on any of you guys, but just that I feel when I'm making these videos, I'm fishing with you. So it's a collective thing. Collective when I lose them. Individual when I land them. Yeah, I think the spool's probably spooked. Maybe it's time to move upstream a little bit. Unfortunately, once I get around that corner, I think I'm going to be in the teeth of the wind. I can feel the water is noticeably colder through the waders, so it's not long now until the short dark days are upon us. And then we'll just have the memories of the fine days out we had during the season to sustain us through the winter time. Right, we'll try up a wee bit. Well, I haven't fished in this spot for a while. It's a little bit awkward. There's a fair amount of glare on the water. We'll give it a few casts, see what it gives. Again, nothing rising. Oh, I can hear a massive skein of pink-footed geese flying overhead. We'll be heading for the reserve at Montrose Basin. They're really on the move at the moment, and that's a sure sign winter isn't far off. There'll probably be tens of thousands there already. Oh, I wasn't paying attention there. I missed a rise. Just concentrating too much on the geese and not enough on the fishing. The cows are heading my way by the sound of things. I thought I was going to get away with it today. Last time I was down here there were masses of them. It was like herds of wildebeest sweeping majestically across the Serengeti. You've really got to watch them when they've got calves. They're really can be quite dangerous cows. Bit of glare here, so I'm not going to be able to see what I'm doing. Nah. Oh! Didn't stop me getting a fish though. Now we're going to keep this one on. I'll just net it just in case. Oh my goodness me, what a hash I made of this. Yeah, that's a textbook example of how not to net a fish. One for the elk hair caddis. That's a nice fish actually. Maybe half a pound or so. Yeah, it's a lovely fish. Back you go. Oh, what a hash I made of that. Yeah, that fish was in and out of the net 3 times there. First time it leapt out. Second time it rolled over the edge. And then third time I got it. Oh my goodness me. Oh, I can't see a thing here. Mind you, I said that when I got that one there. And I just sort of sensed that dick rather than saw it. It's a funny thing that. But my goodness, the water is low. I was walking in Glen Tanner yesterday, and the River Tanner which is a major tributary of the Dee, was on its bones. I don't think I've ever seen it as low. So I hope they get some rain soon. Oh, there's a fish just rose up there. Yeah, I hope they get some rain soon so the salmon can get up. Got a whole bunch of cows just around the corner here. Oh, that one just dimpled the fly on the surface there. Hardly saw the splash at all. Nice wee fish, 8-9 inches, something like that, and back you go. Right, just have another few casts in here. Actually, it's the first fish I've had out of this old reliable spot for ages. God, the river is so tiny at the moment, with just due to lack of water. Right, we'll try around a bit. These cows seem to have buggered off, which is good. I was wrong about the cows. They haven't buggered off at all. They're lying low. I think they're going to try and ambush me. I don't like the way that black one's looking at me. At the old faithful corner pool here, a bit of a glare in the water. So I don't know how well this is going to go. There's not a lot of flow on it at the moment anyway. Yeah, it's amazing what a few minutes spent drying the fly and re-ginking it makes. It's amazing the difference it makes. You can still hardly see them, but at least I know they're floating now. Oh! Missed that one. I felt the tension on the line as well, so it won't be back. Just pricked it. Oh my goodness, the wind's getting up now though. Got an audience here. That cow up there's watching my every move. Missed that one, I didn't feel it though. Don't think it'll come back. Another one had to go at the same place at the Elk-Kirkara, but I missed it again. I didn't feel it. I don't think it's a very big fish. It's maybe a bar or something. Oh! I almost cast that one back over my shoulder there. It was a tiny wee thing. Yeah, I'll abandon this pool, I think. Well, nothing at all rising, but I think I'll just have a sit here for 5 minutes and watch the water. There's sometimes a decent fish or two in this stretch here. It's kind of sad actually. You think that a couple of weeks the season will be closed again. That'll be it for effectively for 5 or 6 months. It's pretty much half the year is fly fishing time and half isn't. But having said that, I fished this river a lot this year and thoroughly enjoyed it. Probably fished it more this year than I have any time since I was a boy. I've just got such a deep connection to this river. This is a river where I learned to fly fish, where I caught the first fish on the fly, where a 14-year-old me would be out whenever he could be, fishing away with Beatles songs playing in his head. It really is a special place for me. Although it isn't a special river, it's a special river for me. And the fact that it's only five minutes from my house as well encourages the lazy bugger in me. Probably too much. I think next season I'll probably try and get a bit further afield a bit more often. I really enjoyed my trip back to the Don a couple of weeks ago. That was great, so I'm going to plan to do a bit more of that next year. So there's another couple of rivers up that way that I want to fish. I haven't fished for years, so I'll give them a go. Just a reminiscing of an old man. Well, this is a good spot in here, or at least it used to be. I've had some really nice fish out here, but it's beginning to get a bit overgrown now. These trees are needing a bit of a trim. We'll have to see if we can get some kind of work party organised for the winter to do some bank maintenance, because a lot of the river's getting a bit overgrown these days. I do a bit myself, come down with loppers and a saw, but I'm 69 for goodness sake, well soon will be. I'm kind of limited what I can do myself. I do my best. Hopefully we can get something organised. It usually fishes better with a bit more water, but I have a few casts in any case. Well, it doesn't look like it's going to deliver today. That said, my casting is appalling. It's absolutely appalling. Must be tired from yesterday in the hills. Right, I'll have a few casts in here that's going to occasionally produce a fish or two. But the light, unfortunately, has gone from poor to appalling. I can barely see anything at all now, there's so much glare. So I'm not holding out too much hope for much more. It's a real shame I lost that decent fish right at the start of the session. It certainly seemed to be a well above average fish for here. Maybe a pound or more. It was certainly put some bend in my rod anyway, but as they say, so you win some, you lose some. Them's the breaks. Just pick your own cliche. I just spotted a fish dimpling the surface right in front of me here, but I think I'm probably a bit too close. The chances are it's just a tiddler anyway. Well, the wind's starting to pick up a lot now. You can probably see these treetops across there blowing about. We've also lost what light we had, so visibility is atrocious. And I can see storm clouds on the horizon, so I think I'm going to pack up now, guys. Just call it a day at that. It was quite a short session today. Got a couple of fish and even got a story of the one that got away. I mean, so what more can you ask for? So I don't know when I'll be back out in the river. We've got 2 weeks left, so I'll certainly try to get out on the closing day, and who knows, I might get back before that, or I might even get out somewhere else. So anyway, we'll close it at that, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one, whenever that may be. Bye for now.